Good morning. It is a cool, crisp morning. In fact, it warranted me pulling out my dude sweater, dude cardigan. It is a whole 42 degrees out here. Brr. I know. Panhandle of Florida. We've been here 5 years and I've already lost every resistance to cold that I had, I think. So it's just a little much for me. But we're doing the outer bed garden tour. And we have one exciting bit of news. Very exciting. But we're standing here behind the blueberries. And we're going to head right over there to the other end of the blackberries. The blackberries are showing new growth already and getting ready for the season. Now, mind you, we're in the Panhandle of Florida, in Destin, Florida, and we've had some warm weather. In fact, it's supposed to be 78 degrees in just a few days. So this is the end of November garden tour. Yeah, Florida, the growing season is just incredible. It's amazing. But you know, I look at like Epic Gardening down in San Diego. There are zone 10 something, 10B, I can't remember, but I can't imagine it just being even more warm year-round like that and growing. Now, I tell you what, one thing I do have a desire is the dragon fruit, but we'll have to see about that. Anyway, so let's get on with it. By the way, I'm Bowtie Dave. It is the November garden tour. I think I already said that. If you've not subscribed yet, welcome. And please do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the other updates, because the next part, this is part 2 of 3, the next part we have some exciting things going on for me. Yeah. So, but I do have one bit of exciting news for this part 2. And for those of you who are coming back, welcome back. And thank you for subscribing, and thank you for continuing to watch. So without further ado, here we go. I am going to add in a little snippet here of the bee box. We'll have to see if there's any activity right after this. Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave. I don't believe the camera will pick it up, but I do hear buzzing in there. So I believe they are still active, but no one is flying in or out. And I'm not going to disturb them on a 42-degree morning. So just a brief update. These blackberries are really starting to shoot out. I think I'm going to be leaving that one. I do know, like this one's starting to shoot out. I need to cut some of these back. See, okay, so yeah, I'm the beginner gardener on these. I know this one needs to get cut back, but I'm going to try to get a few of these cut down. I do want to point out, look at this piece growing out right here. And all I do here is I just take this and tuck it in somewhere and keep it growing, spreading out. I do want to point out, look at the pomegranates. They are losing their leaves. This guy here has lost almost all of its leaves. I don't know quite why. These two here, they're actually, I just now noticed, there is a single pomegranate hanging up there, big one. Leaving that for the birds, I suppose. But yeah, all the magnolia tree, this big tree up here, the squirrels get up there, they chew off these little branches, and they fall everywhere. So back of the blueberries looking good. My one Thai plant looking good. This mint going around it's looking all right for this season. Yeah, So there's the bee box. This patch here, yep, it is barren. And what I've been doing here is where I actually had little spray nozzles in here on this drip line, and I pulled them out and replaced them with goof plugs so that I'm not wasting water on a mound that I don't want to grow. But look at this mint. This mint is cold. It's getting cold, the end of the growing season. This mint is going into dormancy. I did trim this back really good, so it will be big again. This is a chocolate mint, and by now almost, yeah, it's still the one stick here, which I really like how it's growing, because there's going to be arbors around here. It's going to fit in here better. That is growing well as the other fig tree back here is growing out a little more. Remember, the blue right there is where the I know I've been saying this for months, is where the loquat hedge is going to be. Those loquat trees are growing. So I'm going to be letting the elephant ears go this year. I'm going to be pulling that bench out and putting it over here on the left corner of this of the melon patch. But I'm going to let them have that. I don't know. Something's going in here. Maybe the sugar cane. Sugar cane may need to go back there. I don't know. Maybe I need to start letting the elephant ears migrate this way some, so I can get the sugar cane out there in the full sun. So there's a couple of cattle panels. We're adding a lot of cattle panels this year. I do want to show, just briefly, look at my lavender. I think I finally have a lavender. This spring I'm going to be taking cuttings from this and start propagating out, see if I can. Lavender has been my challenging plant out here. But now, okay, so this is a real good example. See how green this hill is and how that has some green, but if you look over there, that one I just showed you where the goof plug is in the drip line, doesn't have much. Well, this here and this here still have the irrigation head, so it's still getting plenty of water. I need to take those out, put in a goof plug there so that it plugs it and doesn't water this area anymore, so I can put it to sleep. I don't know what this is. What is this red stuff? All right, I'm touching it. Ooh, what is it? Oh, it's a mushroom. It's some kind of a mushroom. You can see the structure of the inside. Obviously, it got a little too cold for it. Now, here's a jalapeno plant. Remember, we were talking about this yellowing. It's nutrient deficiency, but look at all the new leaves are going out nice and green. So this thing could recover. It is we're coming up on its third year now. So it's lived a good life. It's provided a lot of jalapenos, as well as this fatali. Now this fatali is looking a little rough for wear, and I think that's primarily because of the cold, but it does have a lot of new green growth on it. Look at this. Here's a perfect example. Look at the new green leaves coming out. So it's going to suffer. It's going to decline. There's 3 of them actually in there, so they're kind of close together. Peppermint plant right here. And coming around to a lemon tree with 1 lemon down here on the lower left corner. That's all I see right now. Oh, I see another one up in here. This one has not done well. Again, I don't know how long it had been since the previous owner actually fed these citrus trees, so we will be doing that this year. This pomegranate out here in the wind completely lost all its leaves, nothing left. It's winter. That's one of the ones I still have yet to clean up. But let's take a quick look at this dragon Cayenne. And again, it's doing the same thing. It's had the yellowing. I fed it. The espoma tomato tone has a good balance of nutrients, and you can see here the new growth. Here's a perfect example of what I'm looking for. This new growth has beautiful green on it. So I have a feeling this might last me another year. Again, this is a This is one of my oldest pepper plants. It was a pup from my original Dragon Cayenne 3 years ago. My goodness, that's just amazing. I tried to overwinter the mother of that, and it before it gave its life, it gave me 2 pups, and that's what these 2 Dragon Cayennes are. The Privet hedge, or the ligustrum. And so now, the big news, folks. It is official. We have the bid. We have the fellow friend of mine is going to be coming over. He is a tree service guy, and this tree is going to disappear. It's a big tree that can be seen from the road. It is a beautiful looking tree from the road. It really is. It's gorgeous. But you can see here, it is actually leaning toward my neighbor's house, number one, which makes both he and I a little bit nervous. But if the tree was completely healthy, I might not worry about it. However, this trunk is showing some damage, cracking in the bark and the tree itself. This, whatever has happened up here, I don't know what it is. As you come down, there's, trying to see if I can get this to focus in here on this dark area, but this right in here is some really deep cracking in it right here, and I've actually poked in there, and it has got some bad wood, or starting to get some bad wood inside there. And also, if I come around to the south side, there are some pretty big gaps. There are large branches that have been cut off, but I'm just afraid of a big old hunk of tree falling down on the neighbor's kids, which would be just horrible, on the neighbor's house, which would be, you know, repairable, but I'm not prepared to take that risk. So yeah, you can see, I mean, way up in there, there's, I don't know if you can see right along in there, there's some cracking in the bark where the bark is peeled back. And so it's lived a good life, and we're gonna have to say goodbye to it, though it does provide a lot of shade for a garden that's craving sunlight. So the money is in place, the person is in place. We just need to settle on a date in one of the first 2 weeks of January. Yeah, so first major change on the new property. We've been here for 13 months, and here we go. So this was the watermelon patch, and you can see, it's funny because you can tell this mound I put in a goof plug earlier. This mound over here, I think I was a lot later, or even if I did it. Oh yeah, it has a goof plug, but this one was later when I changed the goof plug. So this ladder here, my neighbor and I are friends. He comes over and has harvested some from the garden, and it's nice having a good neighbor like that we can be friends with. God provided well for us. You always, you buy a new house and you worry about what are your neighbors going to be like. Well, their kids ended up in our living room the day we had 30 people here moving in. It was a lot of fun. It was a blast, in fact. But there's a lemon tree in a pot. It could end up there when this tree is gone. We'll have to see. But it does produce well. It looks really good. Little tiny lemon tree with a dozen or so beautiful looking lemons that need to be harvested. This mix bag and this Thai hot pepper, these will be going away. So this was a melon patch, and look how green it is. Now that right over there, that is my bee balm. I think it's related to catnip. I can't remember for sure. I may have zinnia seeds in here where these flags are. This is my star orange tree. In fact, if you saw the video on me explaining the zipper skin on an orange. This is the tree. In fact, it came from right over here. I see we have a few more up here that are looking beautiful. I go up here, you can see, look how it looks kind of soft. Well, that's the skin separating from the meat inside. And the skin will literally just fall off. There's a lot of dead ones up in here I see. I need to get up there and pluck some of those, but this is what happens here. I've shown this before several times. They get brown like this and just pick them off. They're dry. So anyway, this is a mutant tree that's also growing okra. No, not really. We'll get to that okra in the next part. Yeah, there's a lot of dying oranges in here that just need to be plucked. Crawling underneath the okra tree. Oh, I'm stuck on okra. I'm stuck on everything. Okay, coming around here, there's the onion patch. There's a lot of onions growing in here. This is just taken off. I'm hoping next year this will be a corn patch, though. We'll have to see what happens here. Back here, that thing that's blooming, that is a lemon tree. Lemons, yeah. Beautiful blooms all over it. It's like it's had a fresh new start somehow. Looks beautiful. Right next to what it's trying to live up to, another lemon tree. Back up a little bit so you can see better. Has a bunch of lemons on it. We're gonna have to do some harvesting here. There is a pomegranate down behind here that you can barely see. Oh, sorry. This is the pomegranate. It's in the front. That lemon. Okay, this is where we have a little mix-up here because we have a lemon tree back there that's a good producer. There are two lemon trees in pots down here. You can't even see. You can see there's the big pot of that lemon tree. Yeah, they're still in pots, people. Unbelievable. But that branch right there, goes down to this pot. So it's reached through the pomegranate tree to find new light. Rosemary still going strong. Another pomegranate, another pomegranate, another pomegranate, and then our star. This in here is the big producer. Look at all these lemons. That's just amazing. This is from one lemon tree that's in the ground here and another lemon tree that's in that pot over there. This aloe is slowing down for the winter. It won't be shooting, it'll start shooting stalks up for flowering in the spring. There's some sweet mint. And look at these loquats taking off. Very excited about that. 6 loquats. This one here is a little slow start, but it's there nonetheless. These are going to be the loquat hedge that we started off this video with. Well, that was in the beginning. So a couple of poinsettias from last Christmas. We're starting to get some nice, look at this. It's starting to get some yellow leaf development just out here in the sun. Here's one right here. I'm not yellow. That looks like red to me. Red leaf development. Still need to take care of this jasmine. Put it in somewhere. I have a feeling it's going to end up on somewhere around the fence line and be allowed to take over. So last thing, the compost. Not much has changed here. We're still doing the same thing. This is the active compost. I do have cardboard over it. This is the compost we're going to use this year. And this is mostly wood chips that we're supplementing into here occasionally. So there you have it. Not a lot going on, but the big news is the tree that's coming down. We are a little excited, a little anxious. I will be removing the chain link fence so that the workers can get through there. Our neighbors have a dog back there, and I have to remember to keep my gates closed so that he can have a secure yard to be in. But hopefully he feels welcome to come and mark a few trees here, because that keeps the critters away. So anyway, stick around. Upcoming is part 3 of the video tour, the raised beds, and we'll be measuring the okra. The okra trees, they are enormous. I can't believe how tall they got just being planted in the ground, and it's gonna be interesting. I have no idea how tall they are, but it's gonna be somewhere between 12 and 15 feet, I think. But anyway, and then of course, you know, peppers coming out, but not huge update because we are winding down some of the stuff. We're starting to flip beds and get things ready. So appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching this late, again, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the notification for the next garden bed. And share on your social media. That really helps grow the channel. Click like, thumbs up on this video too. And thanks for showing up. It's really been an honor to have y'all with me. This is, of course, my own personal log of what's going on in the garden. I use these. I keep a real good index so I can look back in the future and reference back to what's going on, so I know where things are. And you're just welcome to follow along if you wish. Appreciate the company. And all that being said, I hope you all have a blessed day.